Mackey Motors in Lake City is the place to find new and certified used vehicles, along with a knowledgeable and helpful sales staff. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City.
We want to welcome you back here to 93.7 KKRL. We're here in the Gatorade broadcast booth. Mackey Motors post-game show. Joining us right now, head coach Erin Bohlmann of the Kuemper Knights. Coach, first of all, congratulations. Big 7-2 win for this team, but want to talk about, first of all, a bigger win for both communities here for tonight. Strikeout Cancer Night, I think, was a phenomenal success. Talk to me about how you two teams came up with this idea.
Well, last year we had a cancer game in Carroll, and I don't know if the Monarchs even knew anything about that necessarily, but when they came to our place, and Kamryn can maybe remember better than I did, but we had some kind of a prayer shout out to Coach Burns, because he was there that night, and so I don't remember if it was before or after the game, but anyway, we did a little prayer for him because we have close ties. My sister Mariah Solomson and I were both from Denison, and she teaches with Coach Burns' wife, and so we just knew a lot about the situation. We were informed of it. So anyway, we kind of had that, and then when they started organizing this, Katie Burns talked to Mariah and I and said some of the thoughts that they had in mind as they were in the early stages, and we were just really honored that they would do it the night that we were here, because our team also has close ties with cancer situations, and so it's a privilege to be able to be a part of something this big. It gets you outside yourself. It's the perfect time to talk about all the things that sports are about and virtues and what the bigger picture. Sports are just a microcosm for life, and so we were just really. It was their idea to include us, and we were just really pleased that they did, and we were totally on board.
Got to be happy about the turnout, too. I mean, you looked out in the outfield. People are still here, had their chairs in the outfield. A lot of money raised, 100% of the proceeds tonight going to cancer research. I mean, you got to feel very great about just how much and how great these two communities are to come out and show up for both teams.
Yeah, it's a fantastic atmosphere. I've been excited all day because I knew what it would be like here, and they've done a lot of improvements to their field, and it's just beautiful. It's so gorgeous. Coach Berg was overlooking out across center field and said, "Wow, this place is just so gorgeous. It's the best place to play." And so it's pretty cool, a postseason kind of atmosphere with all the people milling about and these kids running around on the field.
Absolutely.
It's just cool.
So, talking just a little bit about the game too. 7-2 win against Denison Slush Week. You now sweep them for the season. This has got to be a great momentum shifter going into the playoffs, especially with your regular season closing out here soon.
Yes, we've got 2 conference games left, and it's essential that we grab those to stay in behind Creston. Each game at this point you're thinking of postseason. Like we missed a couple sack bunts tonight, so I'm thinking, ooh, that's something we got to practice. And we had some really great moments too that give the girls confidence, especially batting at this point when you can hit some of those nice long shots to the fence or bombs over the fence. And that has to be a good confidence builder for the girls, because you want to be just feeling at your best at the end of the season.
I do want to talk about the schedule, because you guys are still quite busy coming up here soon. You got Glenwood coming up tomorrow. I believe that's a doubleheader.
Yes.
You got Carlisle, Van Meter, and then you get Earlham in that Class 2A Region 4 quarterfinal. What's the thought process behind that? Because that's still quite a busy schedule before everything starts next week for you guys.
Actually, I've been feeling almost the opposite of after that Carlisle tournament. We have several days off before that, the 4th of July and a Sunday, so it's kind of a funky schedule. So I'm just thinking, we're used to playing night in, night out. What are we going to do here to make practice seem like a game?
Absolutely.
So I'm in the opposite mindset.
Talk about just the performance from the girls here tonight. I know Denison Slush Week got their bats going late, but you got to feel happy about just the energy that your girls had and the way that they stuck through to the end and kept that 7-2 lead.
Yeah, one thing we emphasize, we always have a defensive goal to get the first out every inning, and we got that the first 3 innings maybe. I'm looking to Kamryn because she's right next to me.
Right.
But Kamryn and Jordan, I thought, had a really great game. They just seemed in sync with each other, and I was always anticipating what the next pitch was, and that's the one to throw her. Good job. And with runners in scoring position, I thought Jordan did a great job of still calling a good mix so that Kamryn could throw some nasty stuff, but yet Jordan would knock it down, and she didn't let him get any extra bases. So I think our defensive efforts were really fantastic. It was 3 up, 3 down for the first several innings.
Right.
I was hoping we'd push some more runs later in the game, But we had some nice hits that were maybe right at somebody.
You said it right. There was times where some parts of this team, there were just some balls that didn't go right and just some plays that could have been there. But I believe this team is hitting its stride at the right moments. So from a coach's standpoint, what went well for your team here tonight?
Well, I'm pleased with the bottom of our order, really picking it up batting. We've been getting a lot more run production out of them lately. So, and the top of the order just kind of does what they do, and I feel like just as a collective unit, we're starting to know, what needs to happen when we need to hit to the right side with runners in scoring position, looking for an outside pitch, just those little game-changing moments or base running, when to take that extra base and good slides around the base, that kind of thing.
Talk to me real quick about the next matchup, doubleheader against Glenwood. You guys have had doubleheaders all season long. I believe this one's the final one for you guys. What's the thought process behind Glenwood? I know they're kind of in the bottom-ish half of this conference, but just like Denison, right below them. So what's the thought process behind that game?
I got butterflies in my stomach about it always. I always do with Glenwood. They're always late in the season, and they always come up with a competitive team.
Yeah.
I kind of think back to last year to get my confidence, because I remember, it was Jordan first or Kenzie first. I can't remember which. Jordan and Kenzie had Jordan, then Kenzie, back-to-back bombs over the left center fence, and that's my biggest highlight of playing them last year. So you kind of focus on those kind of things when you're getting into this game to keep the nerves down, because, we need the games, we expect the games, but you can't get complacent or just expect that they're just going to roll over and die for you. We got to come out and hit the ball like we've been and play defense like we've been.
Absolutely. Well, hey, I tell you what, congratulations on this 7-2 win. We wish you good luck against Glenwood and in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll catch you down the road.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
On the Mackey Motors postgame show, it is Kamryn Venner, star pitcher here for tonight. Hit that bomb over the center field. Kamryn, thanks for joining us here again. Every time I've gotten the chance to talk to you, you are just stone cold in that circle. You just have a serious face and you're in it. Talk to me about where you kind of get that from. Is it from dad? Is it from mom, brother, sister? Where do you kind of get that attitude on the field from?
I don't know, honestly. I guess overall I'm a pretty serious person, but I've just always been that way on the mound. I feel like, I guess I can't see myself out there, but I never really get too nervous. Like, I trust in my defense, so no matter if they get hits, get runners on, I'm always feeling confident that we can get out of it. So
I know tonight there was just one or two miscues on this defense, but talk to me just about this season. What are some improvements you've seen from this defense throughout the year?
Yeah, so with our pitching change, when Chloe does go in, we actually change quite a bit on our defense. So I think our defense does a really good job of making those adjustments. We have players playing a lot of different positions, even going from outfield to infield, coming off the bench. And obviously that's always a little shaky. That's a hard place to be in. But I think as the season goes on, we make those adjustments really well. And it's a really smooth transition between that.
Last time, 5-4 win against Denison Slush Week. You come in tonight, you get that 7-2 win. What was the strategy on the circle or in the circle for you, knowing what Denison had last time? What was kind of the strategy here tonight?
Yeah, so we had a pretty close game last time, went to extra innings. So, I mean, they're a good hitting team. They're never really going to go away. So it was just really nice to have those first couple innings where we held them because you knew they weren't going to go away, but that gives you a little bit of an advantage to get us to get some runs across and held them for a little bit. So
absolutely. And got to talk about the big inning from you, that big 3 RBI home run. What were you seeing from that pitch, and did you know it was gone from the moment it left the bat?
No, I had no idea that was on. I thought it was just a fly out, to be honest. I wasn't expecting that to go over at all. But, I mean, that was my only hit of the night, so I need to work on my consistency a little bit. But my first at-bat, I was missing those outside pitches, and that's pretty much what she gave me all night. So I just put my toes up on the line, I saw the outside pitch, and then it looked more like a meatball then. So,
knowing sort of the schedule you have left, again, Coach said it well, you got some conference games left. Want to stay in that 2 position, obviously, with Creston, a really good team. Talk to me about playoffs. Earlham is a team you may not have seen so far. I can't remember if you guys played them earlier on in the season. What's the thought process behind that first round playoff game?
Yeah, so that's kind of really exciting for us. We haven't seen them yet this year, but that's actually who we lost to last year to end our season in regionals. So that's kind of like a second chance. Our senior year, having so many of us seniors, that we get to come back and play in first round and hopefully definitely come away with that win. That'll feel nice to take revenge for that one last year.
And also here tonight, we mentioned it's Strikeout Cancer Night. While you guys are conference foes, it must feel great to lock arms here tonight for this great cause.
Yeah, that was really fun. It's always nice when we can come together and do stuff like this. We've done games like this in the past, and that's just always a good reminder that it's not just about the game and there's so much more. And it's really cool that we can use the game as a way for us to all come together for a good cause.
One last thing for you, Kamryn. Again, a great win in the circle for you here tonight. I believe 8 or 9 strikeouts, or maybe 10 I had counted. Talk to me about that Glenwood game. That's going to be a big game, conference game, doubleheader for you guys. What's sort of your thought behind that?
Yeah, so we definitely just have to come out strong because Glenwood's one of those teams, they always put together a solid team. They're always going to come out strong. Last year we went to extra innings with them in the doubleheader, so we just really need to come out strong and capitalize on the things that we need to do right so we can come away with those wins.
Absolutely. Well, Kamryn, congratulations. Another big win for you guys. Good luck against Glenwood and in the playoffs coming up here soon.
Thank you.